Hello. Right now we are going to look at still under procurement or buying process in Asaerp. So, we've demonstrated how we can process our product right from material request to making of payment. So right now we are going to see how we can a situation where in organization they make payment before they receive the product. The first one we did was they receive the product before making payment. Now we are going to show you or demonstrate to you how you can process your transaction in a situation where your company makes payment before they receive the product. So we are going to start from material request. Then I will now show you that scenario. Then let us now go to our awesome search bar and search material request. So add material request. Still the same day. Is purchases required by date, that's today. Then target warehouse, the warehouse that we want to receive the product at the point of purchasing is store. Then which item are we requesting? We need AGO is what we are requesting now. Quantity, we need 10,000 liters of AGO. So save. I submit. So once this material request is approved, they will now send a request for quotation, which will be sent to the suppliers or the vendor. So from here you say create request for quotation, specify a date. So from here you now add the companies that you want to send the request for them to send the quotation. So we are choosing this company, which I told you can add as many companies as possible, and if their email have been set up, somebody will automatically send the request for quotation to their email address. So here you save. You submit. Now once you send out, the next thing, the supplier will begin to send their quotation. So assuming that this company, Chris, are sending his quotation. So from here you're now going to create supplier quotation. Chris, create. Good. This is supplier quotation. So you now look at what he quoted and so on. You can see the same amount. They quoted 10,000 liters at 700 naira per liter. So so you save. And submit. Yes. So after you've created the supplier quotation, the next thing is to send purchase order to the supplier. From the supplier quotation, you send purchase order. Purchase order required by today. So you confirm, because by default all the information is there, the supply name, whatever the quantity and the price is already there. Then save. So once the order is confirmed by your supplier, so the next thing now, before now the next thing we proceeded. So not ask them to bring the product. But now the supplier is saying, no, before we supply, you must make payment before we can send the product. So the net from here now, from the purchase order, you create payment. So that's the purpose of this one now, because the first one we received before payment, but now we want to make payment before receiving. So this is the payment. From here, this is the payment entry environment. So mode of payment, remember you have to specify the date you are making the payment. So mode of payment as set up already, transfer. At this transfer, we are using our first bank account. How much are you paying? Maybe you're paying the full amount, the case may be. So so that's it. Specify the check reference number or the transaction number, then the date that's necessary. So save and submit. Okay, now that they've confirmed, once you make payment, you call them, they confirm your payment. The next thing is that they say your product. In that point now, you now go and process your purchase receipt. You can go back to our purchase order, go and locate it. Purchase order, the one we created before, which is still this one. You can see the status is to receive and be. So from here you create your purchase receipt as usual. Everything is in order. What you need to specify now is your warehouse, accepted warehouse, which I still say is our store for now. The item, the quantity and price are still the same. So save and submit. Good. So the next thing now is to be. To be means that you are now going to create your purchase invoice. From this purchase receipt, you say create purchase invoice. Good. Everything is still there. The date, the supplier. You go down, confirm the quantity item. So you save. Submit. Good. So you can see that that's the process situation where you make payment before receiving. That's what we just demonstrated now. So what of a situation where, in a company they do want to go through all these structured processes of requesting for material, they require for quotation and so they just now they've already confirmed what they will buy, whom to buy from. They just want to post their purchase invoice, thereby bringing their products inside their warehouse. So they will just skip those processes and go direct to purchase invoice and payment. So that's what I want to demonstrate now. So I want you to pay attention to this. A situation where a company, they don't want to go through all these processes. They've confirmed those ones manually, who they will buy from, the quantity and everything, the price have agreed. Then upon receiving the product, what they just do is to post their purchase invoice and then make payment. Or in another scenario, they've agreed on the price, and that's okay. Let us make payment. After they make payment, they now receive their product. So let us demonstrate the first one, where they now say, okay, we've agreed now bring the product. You post your purchase invoice. After receiving it, you make payment. So first of all, let us post our purchase invoice in that scenario. You now search from your awesome search bar, purchase invoice list. In this case, now you'll be the one to create the purchase invoice manually, not going through purchase order. So purchase invoice, specify your date, edit posting date. That's what you enable you to change the date. But I'm not changing it, I'm still using today's date. So supplier, we're still buying from the same supplier. Then go down, due date is today. Then you have to update stock. This update stock checkbox must be checked. If not, the item will not be added to your warehouse. So accepted warehouse is store. You go down. Which item are you buying? You want to buy AGO. Good. You want to buy maybe 20, let's say 10,000 liters at 700 naira per liter. So that's what we want to buy. Let's assume there's no additional charges for now. So save. So ignore this message. Submit. Yes. Good. So you've received the product in your warehouse. The next thing now, okay, the supplier will now say, okay, since you've received product, we need our payment. So you have to create payment. Once you click on it, it did not take you to the payment entry environment, where you specify the date, choose the mode of payment, which is transfer, as usual. Already the vendor or the supplier name is already there, because we choose create the payment entry from the purchase invoice environment. So you can see the purchase invoice for paying is already there. The next is to specify your check reference number as usual. Then the date, reference date is there. Then you save and submit. Save and submit. Good. Okay. So that's it. So if you now this purchase invoice is paid, if you go back to that purchase invoice now, you can see that, look at it, the status have changed from unpaid to paid. So that is the situation where your organization receive the product before making payment. So what of a situation where they ask you must make payment to us before they can supply the goods to you, and you don't want to go through all this from material requests? The price have been negotiated and agreed. So first of all, you are not going to post your payment entry, make payment to them. Once the payment is confirmed, they now send the goods and you now post your purchase invoice. So first of all, we're going to post, in that scenario, payment entry manually. So from here you search payment entry list. Good. You say add payment entry. Payment type is pay. You're paying to your vendor. Mode of payment is transfer, as usual. Good. So party type, who are you paying to? You're paying to your supplier. And which supplier? We're paying to Chris Trading. That's the person we're paying to. So you come down here. How much are you paying? You can pay in advance or pay in advance or pay more than the invoice amount, since you are still in continuing in business. So as mean we are paying him let's say 10 million naira. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So 10 million naira is what they're paying. So so you come down here, specify your check reference number and check reference date, which is today, the date of the payment. Then you save and submit. Good. When you save and submit, that's the first stage. Now you make your payment. The next thing, now call them, say, we make your payment. Or the next thing, you now send the product. Upon receiving the product in your warehouse, you raise purchase invoice. So let us raise our purchase invoice. We are going to link that purchase invoice now to this payment. So type purchase invoice list, add purchase invoice, then who is supplier? Chris. Trading. Okay, then remember, specify a date. That's the date of receiving the product. You say update stock, remember to do that. Warehouse, which accepted warehouse is the warehouse you want to store the product. Then which item do you want to buy from him? We're buying AGO. As we are buying maybe 10,000. Sorry, we are buying 10,000 liters at the rate of 700 naira per liter. So that's it. You save. So ignore the message. So the next thing is to link that payment you made before in advance to this invoice. So you go to payment, advance payment. You now say get advance payment. Good. So you can see the advance payment made, both the old and the new. There was advance payment made before. So the latest one we made now is this one. So I will cancel this one. This advance payment we made as per that product. So once you do this, the next thing is to save. You save and submit. Good. At the point of, you can see that it's showing partly paid, because like what we paid is less than the invoice amount. So that's what it shows partly payment. What we just demonstrate now is a situation where you make payment before invoicing. So it's work in two ways. You can make payment before you receive the product, or you receive the product before you make payment. In anywhere in real life, that's also you handle it in the Asaerp. So thank you for your time. So and if you have any question, go ahead and ask your questions. Thank you very much.